Hello guys, good morning. I happy to be with you. It's um it's a nice time with you guys. So I saw the message on my phone recently, and I was wondering if it was real. The recent changes that was rolled out by CBN on Naira notes withdrawal from the banks, placing limits on the various amount of withdrawals that could be done by personal, by individuals, and by registered organizations, that's corporate bodies, placing limits. So, having read the news, I decided that I should do a review of that information. All right, bring it to us, and then show us the kind of maybe disadvantage if there are any, and then the advantages of such new policies on the Naira notes. All right, so that's quite interesting. So I would be reading because I have before me the document that was sent by the Central Bank of Nigeria to various financial institutions on the policies that were made. So let us look at them together and see where we go from here. All right, so let's do this. You know if this is clearer. All right, so I have with me my, and I'm going to be reading out the policies as it were from here. Okay, so here the letter here is dated December 6, 2022, and it says letter to all deposit money banks and other financial institutions, payment service banks, primary mortgage banks, and microfinance banks. Now, Naira redesign policy, revised cash withdrawal limits. Further to the launch of the redesigned Naira notes by the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria on Wednesday, November 23rd, 2022, and in line with the cashless policy of the Central Bank of Nigeria, all deposit money banks and other financial institutions are hereby directed to note and comply with the following. And what are they? 1. The maximum cash withdrawal over the counter OTC by individuals and corporate organizations per week shall henceforth be 100,000 and 500,000 naira respectively. 100,000 and 500,000 naira respectively. Let's see, this is okay. Okay, so I'll take that again. Sorry about that. Just want to make sure that this is well set. Okay. All right, so let me take that again. So it says the maximum cash withdrawal over the counter OTC by individuals and corporate organizations per week shall henceforth be 100,000 naira and 500,000 naira respectively. Withdrawals above these limits shall attract processing fees of 5% and 10% respectively. All right, so what it means is that per week from any financial institution. Individuals can only withdraw a total amount of 100,000 naira. So if you go to any financial institution to withdraw, there has been a cap placed on the amount of money that can be withdrawn over the counter, and that is a maximum of 100,000 naira for individuals. That is the majority of the population, and 500,000 naira for corporate organizations. Those are registered bodies with the CAC. Okay, and if any individual or corporate organization intends to withdraw higher than these limits, there is going to be a 5% deduction from the withdrawn cash. 5% from the individual rather. So 5% on the withdrawn cash from the individual's account will be deducted by the bank. Now, it is not as easy as it sounds, because as we go further into the policy, you will see that even that 5% and 10% fees that are charged are not the only bottlenecks to withdrawing beyond your limits. Okay, so we are going to see I'm going to spell out the challenges in quotes for individuals being to be limited to this amount of money, and then maybe the benefits. So number 2, third-party checks above 50,000 naira shall not be eligible for payment over the counter, while extant limits of 10 million naira on clearing checks still subsists. What it means is that if you are given a check and you intend to withdraw the check, that's a third-party withdrawal, you cannot withdraw beyond 50,000 naira using check beyond 50,000 naira from the counter, over the counter, from any financial institution. Okay, and there is also going to be, they've always existed, this 10 million naira limits for companies, so per check. So there's always been that limit, and a kind of investigation on that amount of money when it is being withdrawn. So there's always been a limit on that for a bulk amount of money for corporate organizations. Okay, so that still exists. Now, the maximum cash withdrawal per week, this is number 3 now. The maximum cash withdrawal per week via automated teller machine shall be 100,000 naira. That means if you go to any automated teller machine, you can only withdraw a total sum of 100,000 naira per week. I read it again. The maximum cash withdrawal per week via automated teller machine shall be 100,000 naira. So this is just almost like the same thing placed when you go to withdraw over the counter via financial institutions. Okay, so let's proceed. This is subject to a maximum of 20,000 naira cash withdrawal per day. This is interesting. So it means that individuals can only withdraw 20,000 naira from any ATM per day. This is interesting. I mean, it's going to be frustrating for many individuals who like carry cash around. Oh my God. So you go to the POS, you can withdraw a maximum of 20,000 naira daily, like on a daily, Hi, hi. And you go to the bank and you can only withdraw 100,000 naira per week. So loving this. All right, so we'll look at it. We'll break it down later. So, um, number 4, only denominations of 200 naira and below shall be loaded into the ATMs. Oh my God. ah, I don't know. I'm so speechless because I don't. This is interesting. I'm seeing something happening here. You know, individuals would not. You would hardly see 500 naira notes floating around. That's what it means. And you would hardly see 1,000 naira notes floating around, because the only place you can get 500 naira notes and 1,000 naira notes is when you go to the bank. And many people withdraw from ATM, right? So the most amount of money in circulation, or the most amount of denomination in circulation, would be the 200 naira notes, the 100 naira notes, the 50 naira notes, 20 naira notes, and 10 naira notes. All right. So these are the denomination of notes that will be in circulation, that will be popularly in circulation. All right. So guys, oh, this is interesting. I've never ever come across a policy like this before, and it's it's making me laugh. I'm going to look at it. We're going to look at it. We're going to break it down. Look at the pros and cons, right? So let's proceed to number 5. Number 5 now. The maximum cash withdrawal via point of sale, that's POS terminal, shall be 20,000 naira daily. Interesting. It means that you can, just like the ATM, you cannot withdraw beyond 20,000 naira on a daily basis from POS. Awesome. Just awesome. All right. So, number 6. In compelling circumstances, listen to this. In compelling circumstances, not exceeding once a month, where cash withdrawals above the prescribed limits is required for legitimate purposes, such individuals and corporate organizations, respectively, and shall be subject to the referenced processing fees of 1 above, in addition to enhanced due diligence and further information requirements. So let me take that again. In compelling circumstances, not exceeding once a month, where cash withdrawals above the prescribed limits is required and for legitimate purposes, such cash withdrawals shall not exceed 5 million naira and 10 million naira for individuals and corporate organizations, respectively. And this shall be subject to the referenced processing fees. It means that if a person has a compelling situation, a very compelling situation, and that should not exceed more than once a month. Like, you should not have that type of compelling situation more than once in a month, and more than 12 times in a year. All right, that's what it means. So then, if you want to withdraw at all, you have the ability to withdraw about 5 million naira. That is for individuals, and that's under compelling circumstances. Please take note of that. And what are the requirements for you to benefit or to be able to withdraw that 5 million naira? there's going to be the 5% charge or processing fee on that 5 million. That means for that 5 million, your 5% will be like 50,000 naira. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, but I'll quickly check that right now. The 5 million should be 50,000 naira. So 5 million, 5% of 5 million is, let me see. Okay, please hold on. So we have 5%. What's happening? 5 divided by 100 times 50 million. All right. Sorry. Okay, so I think this is getting it wrong. So, all right. So I guess I'm right because um yeah, 5% should be. What I'm saying here is erroneous. I think I typed in 50 billion. Let me see. I'm talking about 50 million. This should be 500,000. Oh, sorry, 5 million. That's the caps. I'm done making a mistake. So, yeah, 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 yeah. So, yeah. Sorry, I made a mistake. So, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. 5%, sorry, 5% is not 50,000 naira. It is actually 250,000 naira, my friends. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? 5%? Oh my God. Oh my God. 5% of 5 million is 250,000 naira. Nobody would go for this, guys. Nobody will go for this. This is crazy. Oh my God. Oh, I am so shocked. All right, so sorry for taking your time, but I've just discovered I made a mistake in my calculation, and 5% of 5 million is actually 250,000 naira. It means that if an individual decides to proceed to withdraw 5 million, he will be charged 5% of that amount, and that would make him pay a processing fee of 250,000. And if a corporate organization decides to go for 10 million, he will have to pay 10%, okay, and which will mean that he would be paying ₦1,000,000 for processing fee. What business? What business or what compelling situation will a person go into or be so stringent that the person will be willing to forfeit or forgo ₦1,000,000 as processing fee? Oh my God, it's so crazy right now. I'm sorry for this, guys, but I'm shocked. I'm absolutely shocked. So let's just proceed with what we're doing for now. This is a new discovery. Okay. Oh my God. All right. So we're in number 6, right? And they said we subject to the referenced processing fees in one above, in addition to enhanced due diligence and further information requirements. So there is, apart from the fact that there's going to be a 5% and a 10% processing fee on this amount of money to be withdrawn by the individuals, there is also likewise going to be a different process. So there's going to be what we call due diligence that will be carried out on the money to be withdrawn. So the person will have to go through a process of due diligence confirmation authentications. You should be seeing as I go further. So let's go further to see what those due diligence requirements will be, or further information from the individuals will be. That places further stringent bottlenecks, some further difficulty in. Just say, man, let's not go for this. It's not going to work. So, further to 6 above, you are required to obtain the following information at the minimum. That means there could be a maximum. There could be much more required, but this at a minimum. And upload same on the CBN portal created for the purpose. Oh my God, this is a whole lot of process. Now listen to this. If you want 5 million naira, or you want 10 million naira, you have to go through the following processes. Listen very carefully as I read the following processes to you. A, you need to provide a valid means of identification of the payee. So the person that wants to be paid, the bank has to provide the valid identification number, and this will all be submitted to the CBN, which could be either national ID, international passport, driver's license. You need to provide all of these 3 to CBN. You need to provide the person's bank verification number. You need to provide a notarized customer declaration. This notarized customer declaration is done in court, so you have to go to court to make a document and have it signed by a not all lawyers can sign a notarized document, by the way. So you have certain type of lawyers that can sign a notarized document. So you have to search for such and have them sign your notarized document, and that's at court, and then present it to the bank, who will now forward it to CBN. So this is required in all circumstances. Okay, so you need to provide that notarized document of the cash withdrawal. Senior management approval for the withdrawal by the managing director of the drawee, where applicable. So the person trying to process the funds for you must get a senior management approval to continue the processing for you. So you must go to the managing director to get your documents approved before he can continue the processing for you. Then also approval in writing by the MD or CEO of the bank authorizing the withdrawal. Okay, so please let me quickly correct the previous one. The previous one says senior management approval for the withdrawal by the managing director of the drawee, where applicable. So if a person is trying to withdraw a cash from his salary account, for example, he needs to get senior management approval. He needs to go to his oga at the top, his boss, and then get the document, a document, signed and present to the bank. Then after this, you will now request for the MD or CEO of the bank, not the manager, not the branch manager, the MD or CEO of the bank. I mean, they are usually in the center, at the headquarters, head office. The MD or CEO of the bank to authorize the withdrawal. Hey, we are finished. Just say finish, oh. Just say finish, because we are finished. Maybe it's not me, because we are still in the humble side, though. Who are we? We are still in the humble side, but these guys that deal on cash, like they need to hold big bundles. It's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be funny. Now, please further note the following: monthly returns on cash withdrawal transaction above. Monthly returns on cash withdrawal. I will take that again. Monthly returns on cash withdrawal transactions above the specified limits should be rendered to the banking supervision department. Wow! It means that if you go through these processes and you succeed in withdrawing that cash, that withdrawal transaction that it was above the specified limit of 50,000 naira for individuals, and for 100,000 naira for individuals per week, and 500,000 for corporate organizations per week. If it exceeds that within a month, that transaction should be reported to the banking supervision department. That means they will start to monitor the person's activities. Okay, compliance with extant AML/CFT regulations relating to KYC, that's know your customer, ongoing customer due diligence, and suspicious transaction reporting, etc., is required in all circumstances. It means that if a person succeeds in withdrawing 5 million naira a month, that person will be under check, monitoring, close monitoring, because this place says the person, that's the ongoing customer due diligence, suspicion transaction report will be open for the person, and that is required in all of such circumstances. Now, 3, customers should be encouraged to use alternative channels. So, what are these alternative channels? Internet banking, mobile banking apps, USSD, that is your normal phone transaction, cards to POS, Naira, etc., to conduct their banking transactions. Finally, please note that aiding and abetting the circumvention of this policy will attract severe sanctions. The above regulatory directives take effect nationwide from January 9, 2023. Please be guided accordingly. Hey! 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 I clap for CBN. CB, this is one of the very rare times I'm clapping for CBN. I tell you, it's not something I do every time. Trust me. I don't think I've done that in the last 30 years. I am clapping for CBN. This is tight for a country like Nigeria. This is street jets. This is unimaginable. This is awesome. I am bewildered. I am tomfoolerized. Oh my God. Now, I want to break down some things here and quickly give you some opportunities in case you're thinking this is going to be so difficult. No, it's not going to be difficult. We've always been running cash policies, except that I've been in some situations where I have gone to get items in marketplaces, stores, malls, you know, went for shopping, and I got to pay through my I transferred, right? So I transferred, and it was so bad. I waited for 3 hours before my transaction dropped. I felt bad because I was in a hurry. Even the marketplace was closing down because it was in the evening. They were shutting down the entire um, shopping complex. So it was a difficult situation. I think um, the banking sectors should look into how to make life easier for individuals. I'm seeing a lot of opportunities here for fintech startups to key into this opportunity. I want, I see a lot of opportunities, and I'll tell you one um, that many can start up starting January 9. All right, so you stick around through my explanation. Once I get to the end, you will see what benefit is going to be available for some individuals. And if you have a POS stand right now, it's going to be affecting you very badly. You're going to be affected by this policy if your business is not a registered one. All right, so um, a quick recap and a quick summary of what we have just heard is that you, as an individual or a person without any corporate affiliation or corporate registration, you can only withdraw 100,000 naira a week now. And if you withdraw 100,000 naira a week, it means that in a month you can only withdraw 400,000 naira cash. Like, you know what I mean? Now, also it means that the maximum amount you can withdraw when you have any emergency situation, or I will not really want to call it emergency situation, because calling it emergency situation is going to betray the whole process, because the process does not make it an emergency. By the time I through the processing of that money that has been made available for beyond, that's the 5 million naira and the 10 million naira. By the time I through the processing, 1 month will have gone. Okay, average of 3 weeks. And who has time for those processes? If you are really a busy person making that type of money, you will not have time for that process. It's going to take like 3 weeks. But it's going to take you time to get your notarized document. I mean, you run up and down or everywhere to get the notarized document. You have to provide your BVA, your provide your identity card. You have to provide approval from your boss, the CEO, MD of your organization. You have to provide. You have to get authorization from the bank's own MD and CEO. That means God knows where you see them to get that approval. So, and they'll have to do. They too want to be very careful approving things they don't know. You have to state the purpose of the funds. What do you want to use the funds for? Why is it important? Why is it treasured? Why can't you transfer? Why do you need it in cash form? And after that, you will be placed on a list of people who are on suspicious transactions. So that means that your activities will be monitored after then. So whatever you do will be closely monitored, because they want to they want to provide a robust database of individuals and their transaction processes and history. So, and make everybody go to e format. So everything should be electronic. and this will help to bring out other policies that the CBN will be rolling in months to come. All right, so I see opportunities. I also see some disadvantages. All right, so now what could be a disadvantage is what I've mentioned initially, the network issues when it comes to transaction. I've been in situations where people were not able to get what they wanted, or they were held down, and I've been a victim of that too because of network issues from their banks, right? Or you go to the ATM to withdraw and there's this network issues. Why not just go to the bank and withdraw your cash, all right? So yeah, that's one. And even when you want to withdraw from ATM, I mean, that's even, by the way, what are subscribing to is form of banking. So internet banking, mobile banking apps, USSD, point of sale transfer, Naira, app transfers. All right, payments. So if you are a business now, everything's going to be online. Everything's going to be online. Everything's practically going to be online. And for POS stands, this is going to be a challenge because you can only give a person about 20,000 naira a day. And if you are in a place where people have to rush, you can only withdraw from your bank per week. Oh my God, 100,000 naira. If your business is not registered, like you don't have a CAC registration, like a company registration, you cannot get up to 500,000 naira notes. 500,000 per week. You can't. You can't get 500,000 per week. So it means that all these mushroom POS that started springing up overnight will go back. They will have to go back. There's no higgy haga about this thing. They will have to go back and pave way for registered organization. And that's where, if you have a company registered, you can key into this, because this way you would now be making your money as it were, because you'll be able to access 500,000 naira cash per week, and you are able to make more money. Okay, transacting businesses for individuals. I mean, it's going to pay very, very well for you. Some individuals have registered businesses, but they don't have corporate accounts, okay, with financial institutions. So if you have a registered business and you don't have a corporate account with financial institutions, sorry, this is not going to benefit you. You can't withdraw more than 100,000 naira per week. So please take note of that. This is just for your consumption. So if there's anything you can do between now and January 9, I would suggest that you do it, because you have to look beyond January 9 and see what's going to happen, or the impact is going to have on your business. All right. Then if you have a registered business and you have a corporate, you have a registered business and you don't have a corporate account, you can quickly go do that right now. And if you have a corporate account already existing, kudos to you. This is an opportunity to cash into this happenings right now. So you can cash into this. I'll not give you different ways in which you can cash into it, but I can tell you, you can cash into this and it's going to benefit you. It's going to pay you because you're the big deal right now. You're the real deal right now. All right. So thank you very much all for being with me on this platform. Thank you for following through. I appreciate you. I want you to know that more information, more news will be rolled out in subsequent weeks. So please keep a tab with us on Intel Hub. We roll out information on tech. We roll out information that can help you grow. On our platform, we carry everybody along. Okay, so please, I will be rolling out some of the things that you can do to survive beyond January 9, all right? And the various forms of opportunities that have been opened, both to startups, fintech organizations. If you are not in a true fintech, I'll tell you how to key into this too, or cash into this. I'll be rolling out some of these things from my subsequent videos. So please subscribe and like this video, because that's the only way we can get support. All right, thank you very much. Ciao, love you, peace out.